Hola Spain. We are in Seville, day 2. My name is Rosanna and I'm so happy you're joining me today. We are going to be exploring bits of Seville. Today we are heading to the Royal Alcazar of Seville as well as the Archivo Indian. I love how there's tons of horses just ready to take the tourists on a ride. We are in. Sometimes I'm like, did people really dress like that in the past? And then you see like actual antiques. Like look, this is so gorgeous. This fan has mother of pearl, ivory, and the painting on it. It's from the 1700s. This chapel house, now a chapel, houses Madonna with the 4 saints around her. You can see the different types of ships that were used in the past. The beautiful 16th century ceiling has these octagonal and star embellishments. Gorgeous gilded gold. And there's these stone seating all around the chapel. This is a beautiful staircase leading up to the upper palace. The upper palace today is where the King of Spain's official residence in the city lives today. The artista tiles that you see on the exhibition here are clay pressed molded tiles. They're pressed against a wood mold and create these beautiful motifs. They use repeating and geometric shapes for added value. In the past, gold was associated with a precious material used for utensils for worship, etc. And then they learned that you can make clay with like lesser gold kind of materials in the 12th century, and then they were amazed by it, and they started having so many different ceramics, these beautiful like gold reflections. This courtyard is actually fairly recent. It's from the 20th century. Also named as the Poet's Courtyard. My favorite bit is this mosaic chair. It owes its origins to Romario, a writer and an Alcazar curator. I think the beauty is like the little details. Look at that. You wouldn't even have noticed that dude spouting water. This is the Hall of Ambassador. It was used as a throne room at the King Pedro's first reign. This is what everyone talks about when they're talking about the Royal Alcazar in Seville. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit confusing to get to this room. There's so many different rooms and there's not necessarily like an order for it, but I have stumbled across it. You can see up here, this line of frenzy is portraits of all the Spanish monarchy. Super amazing. Breathtaking as you walk in. The ceiling also forms a star, the circle and the squares intersecting. Will you take a look at this courtyard? Holy crap, that's right outside the throne room. So intricate. I touched it. Wow. I love it. Oh my god, my favorite. There is a peacock. Peacock. So we made it to the Archive de Indias, which is literally right next door. Actually, a bunch of the tourist areas are just next to each other. So if you had a really short time in Seville, you only had like 1 or 2 days even, you could literally bang out like 4 tourist destinations, like the Cathedral, Giralda, etc. Like the Alcazar and this, literally in the same day. Right off the bat, the architecture of this building is really nice. Right when you come in, this is the ceiling of it. These documents are from 1527. They're pretty well preserved for 500 years. That was interesting for a quick stroll. I like the document bits. Even though I couldn't read everything, there was a bunch of English translations, so that was really helpful. And then there was like a bit about like UNESCO's memory documents, which was pretty cool. I didn't even know UNESCO's weren't just isolated to places. They had UNESCO documents too, and there was 6 of them there. It's kind of cool to see. We're gonna walk around a market. There should be a market that's open, I believe, Monday, Tuesday, Sundays. And then maybe go find a tapa bar. Okay, we stumbled across this Mercado de Artesanian arts and craft market. Very cool. This was actually not the market I was trying to go to. I was trying to go to this like fruits and vegetables market, but this is super cool. There's a couple of floors here selling like artisan goods. This feels like a perfect place to get souvenirs. One thing I also noticed was the amount of Christianity art and like figurines. I see that a lot. And the other thing I see a lot, which is surprising to me, is lottery ticket vendors. There's like, especially at nighttime in the shopping district, the shopping street, which is Sierps, S-I-E-R-P-S. There's like tons of them. There's like one guy or girl in every corner. And I thought that was so interesting. And I saw so many locals purchasing tickets. So it's definitely a popular business. And not many scammers in that sense. Like in, let's say in Milan and Venice, there's like a lot of people trying to put bracelets on you. Here, I've only seen like one case of someone trying to give you like, I think, a stick of rosemary and trying to like bless you. I guess Christianity is a big thing here. And then I saw the girl like refuse, like she didn't want to give cash, and like, the girl just left. So it wasn't like as pushy, and I've only seen that like once so far. So these are just like interesting bits that I have found so far. Overall, it's been really, really good, and I feel really safe here, which is always good as like a woman traveling solo. Oh, this was super popular in Lisbon. They have a pastel de nata shop here. Embroidery on this kind of reminds me of like an Oriental influence. I love this one. Hand painted in Seville. If you've watched my travel vlogs at all, you know that I am totally okay with eating out by myself. And sometimes it still takes courage, okay? You know, sometimes I still can't do it. Or if it depends on the place. Like, for example, when I'm in London, super easy because they speak English there. When I'm in Paris, it's easy as well for me because I've been to Paris so many times. I'm kind of like used to it and I know what to expect. But here, I'm like, I still get a little bit nervous, especially at the more intimate restaurants that are like completely only locals. Even though I can find and I can see that they look super popular, I get nervous because I can't speak like a drip of Spanish, which is on me, of course. So, you know, everything takes courage. The architecture here is stunning. This is a random place. I think people live here. Amazing. It's so good. We've reached the Mercado de Arno, which is right behind me here. This is a food and vegetable market. Looks like some of these places are closed already, and some of these are restaurants. So you come earlier during the day if you want to check it out. Some of these market stalls state that they open just till 1 p.m. So come a bit earlier if you want to see all the action. Behind me is the Bridge of Triana. It connects Seville to its historic neighborhood. Behind us, Triana. Look, there's a little cruise ship going off behind me. It looks so cool. This is an iron bridge completed in 1852. Here we are. I like the decoration. Here's a quick look at the menu. The cold tomato soup with tuna, boiled egg, and Iberico cured ham. It's so good. I know it was cold, but it's so yummy. End up getting the oxtail instead. It's supposed to be one of the really traditional items too. I've been dying to try many things. A little salty. Wish it was hotter. It's really good. I mean, overall the flavors are good. I do like it, but the amount of fat on this and the fact that the potatoes aren't really that fresh is kind of disappointing. But the soup is really, really good. I do like that. Oh my god, this is the grocery store. Look at the cake section. I've never seen a pine nut cake before. Never. That's so exciting. I thought it was rice at first. And look, a Christmas tree of Iberico jambon. So cool. If I was visiting someone's house, this is definitely what I'll bring over. Wow, these ones are the expensive ones. 350 euros. Crazy. I touched it, by the way, it's slimy. Hello. I'm very full right now, and I am in the Museum of Fine Arts. It is free for European citizens and only $1.50 for anyone that's not a European citizen, which I think is quite fair. It already looks really good. There's lots of mosaics. Let's give it a round. His eyeballs. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is so scary. This museum is more than worth it. I think there's way less crowded because it's open till pretty late, till 9 p.m. I think that's every day, 9 to 9. And it's like kind of out of the way from the tourist area. It's like a 15-minute walk like up north. There's this beautiful courtyard. It's super clear how the museum layout is. There's literally arrows to guide you around, which I love. It's not confusing like the Alcazar. It's so easy, super worth it for $1.50. It's like just like inexpensive enough for me to not worry too much about like having to learn every single thing. Sometimes when I go to like museums or exhibitions that are like 20 euros or 25 euros, it's so expensive to the point where I feel like I gotta get the most out of it. But for this, I feel like I'm totally fine with just going at a leisurely pace. So nice overall. Highly worth the visit. Stumble upon this church, Hamada de la Virgen de Merced. Looks like a genuine church where people actually pray. There's like 0 reviews on Google. As you may or may not have known, Seville's not really a place for luxury goods. This is a department store, El Corte Inglés, that has just a basic amount of brands that if you needed something to replace or just a little bit of shopping, you're right at home here. Other basic skincare. You're not going to be able to find your Celine or Dior clothing here, but this is a bit called Victorian, and it's so interesting. Definitely they suit the clothing for the taste of Spain, which is amazing. Look at this blazer, this pink bow. Gorgeous. This brand is called Maximilian. An amazing array of pink. This is such a beautiful color. And look how they're styling it. The motto is like youthful. Oh, I haven't seen this mesh bag before with the sequins. Everyone is doing a version of the sequins, and I do like that. Really gorgeous holiday collection. The sparkle dress never goes out of New Year's fashion, really. I love this one. It's probably my favorite one so far. Really, really tasteful. The long black with the rainbow crystals. Oh my gosh, on the top level of the department store, there's a gourmet experience. So there's basically like small restaurants, everything, and look at this bakery selection. This is a gold croissant. I've never seen that in my life. It really is gold. That's amazing. Actually, everything looks delicious, to be honest.